Peace, family. Alright, so I want to talk about racism because people keep calling me a racist as if it's supposed to be offensive, but it's not, because I'm very proud to be a racist. And reason being is because, for one, I understand that when you add the ist suffix to a word, that means that you are passionate about that subject, or you an expert in that area, or you study that field. Alright, so you have your scientist, your dentist, your florist. So yes, indeed, I am a racist. Okay, I'm very passionate about my people. Also, I understand that they call it a race for a reason. That's because we are in a competition. Racism is an economical race, and you cannot be a part of the race unless you are racist. More of our people need to be racist. But because we try so hard to not be, we end up assisting and supporting everybody else move forward in the race. Everybody else is racist, and everybody else puts their people first, and everybody else is making progress off of us while we fall behind. We have been tricked out of racism with three things. The first thing is integration. We have settled for civil rights. We have settled for acceptance. We have settled for this false sense of equality. And so we're so happy to go to someone else's schools and to be accepted into someone else's restaurants and be accepted into someone else's grocery stores, that we don't even realize that this isn't really equality, because we don't own any of it. They own it all. So how is that equality? We have been tricked with integration to the point where we feel like we can do everything that the Caucasian does. So when the Caucasian woman starts complaining about her man not treating her right, and she turns around and she says, black women, you should be strong, independent women, you don't need a man either. Understand, sisters, that that's not for us. Everything is not for us. She can say that. You know why she can say that? Because she is inheriting real estate, land, stock market. She's inheriting all of these things. Not only that, but she also co-owns everything that the Caucasian man has owned since slavery. Sister, you don't co-own anything. You're not inheriting anything. So by you saying that you're a strong, independent woman, you can do it all on your own, but then you sit around and you talk about the struggles, understand that you are in a way contributing to your own struggles by trying to do what these Caucasian women do. Understand that they are in advantage of you from birth. So they can say that crap. You can't. You can't. Everything is not for us. Alright? So we've been tricked with this integration crap. That's one. Second thing is this false sense of success. The first thing they do is they put on the television people, black people that we feel are successful. Like Obama, Oprah, Beyonce, these rappers, these athletes. Okay? And then they give some of us some decent paying jobs. Okay? And so people feel like, oh, we made it. We've arrived. Racism is over. You know what I mean? That's what we feel like. But what you got to understand is that when you sign your name on that contract, what you're doing is you're saying, you know what, I want to work on this plantation. I'm going to be the slave and you're going to be the slave owner. I know that sounds harsh. And family, please understand, I would never tell anybody to quit their job. Please do what you got to do to provide for you and your family. Because I understand that our people are not prepared. If all white people was to die today, my people wouldn't know what the hell to do, because we are not prepared. Okay? So no, I'm not telling you to quit your job. Do what you got to do. But the reality of the situation is the same people that own these industries, these businesses, this land, these resources today, the same people that own that media that you see these athletes and these rappers and stuff on today, are the same people that own those plantations and those cotton fields then. During and right after slavery, over 95% of black people work for Caucasians. Today, over 95% of black people still work for Caucasians. So please tell me, this is a false sense of success. Please tell me how successful you really feel like you are if you still are, you're a modern day slave, basically. Okay? So we've been tricked with that. And another thing that ties into this false sense of success is this materialism, because we feel like if we can afford these things, then, you know, we're successful. Next time you're driving around your town or your city, do me a favor and count all of the storage shelters that you see. Storage shelters is one of the fastest growing businesses. If you want to be an entrepreneur, go into that. Get into storage, you know, because we live in a society that tells us to spend money on things that we don't need and then spend money to keep it in storage because we don't need it. And we're doing it because we want to feel like we're successful. We go broke trying to keep up with rich people. And they got rich off of the backs of our people. But we're not going to get into that because that's not the point. The point is we're being tricked into settling for these things. Okay? The last thing is education. I'm not telling anybody to not get an education. Education is very important. But please tell me, how many brothers and sisters that do you know that went to school, got their degree, and now they do not have a career in what they went to school for? And now on top of that, they have student loans. Right? When you go to college, it's a good chance you're getting a nice education so that you can work for somebody else. Now, if you go to trade school, you are preparing yourself to have your own business. Can't nobody take that trade from you. Okay? When I was in college, I went to school for criminal justice. And what I realized now is that there were a lot of brothers and sisters in the classrooms. But when you look to see who was taking up those trades, it was a bunch of dirty, funky, tobacco spitting rednecks. They was in there, they was just trifling looking and smelling, but they didn't come to school to be cute. They came to school to prepare themselves to be entrepreneurs and to start their own businesses. While we were sitting up in our classrooms trying to be cute, making sure we got on the freshest new shoes, the nicest clothes, going broke, trying to look rich, getting us a nice little education so that we can work for those dirty, funky, tobacco spitting rednecks. We've been tricked. And we have settled for these things. We don't know anything about being self-sufficient. We don't even care about it. When people speak about that, you laugh at us as if I'm trying to take us back to the old days or whatever. No, it's definitely necessary for us to learn these trades and these skills that are going to allow us to provide for ourselves. And we need to be racist, family. We need to be racist. Be a part of this race and help our people move forward. Help our people progress. Okay? And instead of laughing at the way some of these other people are doing things, understand that they are ahead of us. So you can probably take some notes. Instead of laughing at Mexicans because there's 15 of them in one house, take some notes. They probably only have to put a couple hundred each to go towards the rent and the utilities. They're self-sufficient. They know how to cultivate land. Understand? And so while they're doing all of this and you laughing, you're not gonna be laughing when you're wondering why this Mexican restaurant just popped up out of nowhere. You don't see our people doing stuff like that though. Instead of laughing at the little Chinese boy behind the counter at the Chinese restaurant that's working, it's like 7, 8, 9 years old. Maybe you could take some notes. Because when that child was 13, 14 years old, he gonna know how to run his own business. Your child gonna know how to play video games. And they're laughing at us because they don't spend money for us. They don't come to us to spend money with us for anything. We spend money with them. Again, we are assisting and supporting everybody else into moving forward in this race while we fall behind. Alright? And so yeah, family, that's pretty much all I had to say. Yes, I am a racist. You need to be a racist too. You need to put your race first. You need to be passionate about your race. And you need to help in any way you can contribute to the progression of our people in this race because we are falling behind. Alright? Family, this is tax season. When you get your money, please do not take it and spend it on a bunch of crap that you do not need. Please invest into something. At least invest into something that your child can inherit so they can have a nice start since you did. You know, and yeah, like I said, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm not going to stop now because it's getting to be 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm finished. Peace, family.